Because people's understanding of spirituality right now is, if you eat badly, dress badly and live badly, you must be spiritual. Today everybody is driving, so yogi is also driving. If I come walking all the way from Coimbatore to United States, you will say I'm a bloody fool, isn't it? So what is physical, you don't have to open, because what is peeling in physicality is just a question of creating distance.
In a Ducati, you also drive luxury cars, you fly choppers, you play golf, you are a football fan, you are perhaps the most stylish mystic. We often are confused, but because we intertwine spirituality and minimalistic life. How do you define spirituality?
Anyway, let me correct this, I don't like luxury cars, I like cars or any machine that works well. Because a mystic means he is a mechanic who understands the mechanics of life. Well, isn't this true that this mechanism, which we call as human mechanism, is the most sophisticated, complex machine which works very smoothly, it organizes itself, it creates itself, and it maintains itself all the time unless you do something nasty with it. So I'm interested in anything that works seamlessly. Luxury cars, no, I never drove any of them. But about these things, you mentioned motorcycle and a helicopter and this and that and golf, whatever. Well, I do many more things that people may not be aware of. I would like to do almost everything if I had the time. But the important reason why this is necessary and why we are even putting out some of the personal aspects of my life outside is because people's understanding of spirituality right now is, if you eat badly, dress badly and live badly, you must be spiritual. So no wonder nobody wants to be spiritual. Spiritual means it happened 1,000 years ago. I must tell you this, I was in Chennai and I had to go into a conference and normally I drive myself because I don't like the way most people drive. So I drove into this conference and there were some journalists and they asked, in ancient times yogis used to walk, how come you drive your own car? I said, in ancient times, you fool, everybody used to walk. Not only yogis, everybody was walking, so yogis also were walking. Today everybody is driving, so yogis also driving. If I come walking all the way from Coimbatore to United States, you will say I'm a bloody fool, isn't it? Hello? So, the problem of… especially if you come from India, there has never been such an imagery. It is only in the calendar images now that this has happened. This frugalness of spiritual people has happened post-British era, not before. For example, the greatest spiritual teaching that you have in India, or the most popular teaching that you have in India, is the Bhagavad Gita. Look at the way Krishna is dressed, and he's riding whatever that brand was, I don't know if it was BMW or a Ducati, you always call him Parthasarathi, that means he was a great driver. Hello? Yes, isn't it? He's driving for the warrior because he's the best driver available. Well, I'm also pretty good, so I drive. Use the word peel twice, so let me hang on to that word.
Yes.
Yes, in a way, peeling is what is needed. If you want to see, you must peel your eyes. Very simple. If you have your eyelids down, you can't see. Similarly, if you want to see anything, you need to peel because this is the nature of our vision. Unless something is opened, we can't see it. When it comes to the individual human being, we cannot open this body because if you break it, you can't fix it. So what is physical, you don't have to open because what is peeling in physicality is just a question of creating distance. See, this is a fact that you and me as we sit here, well, I have a body, you have a body. This body, we were not born like this. We were born only like this and we became like this. We became like this by the food that we consume. Yes, it is just accumulation of food or it's just a piece of the planet. As I said earlier, most people don't understand that the soil that we walk upon and the body that we carry are not different. Not different at all, it's just a little bit of loan that we have taken from Mother Earth. When it's time, we must put it back joyfully. But most people crib about that, they don't want to return the loans that they have taken. Mother Earth is
Right.
generous to give you what you want, but when it's time, she collects it atom by atom. She won't let you keep anything. So having said that, what you accumulate, whatever it is, whether it's body, money, wealth, clothes, this, that, including impressions, experiences, relationships, all this we gathered. What we gather can belong to us, but cannot be us, isn't it? So if we have to gather so much body and so much mind, there must be something more fundamental to this. That is unexperienced by most of the humanity today because the social focus is not there. Right now, everybody is going about as if economy is the ultimate nature of life. You know, the economic figures are the ultimate nature of life. Economy is
Yes.
just glorified survival process. People used to hunt, gather and survive, then they did agriculture and survived. Now we're doing stock market and surviving, it doesn't matter what we're doing, but it is just a survival process getting more and more complex. So, we are getting so entangled in this complexity. Right now it's become like this, at least for the educated class in this world, the soul of humanity is economy. Nobody's talking anything else anywhere you go, only economy, economy, economy. Because this whole madness of survival, the bar of survival being raised and raised and raised endlessly is going on. So here, there is, we are in United States, which is supposed to be the most affluent nation in the world. Well, with affluence, what should happen? Why would a human being look for affluence? Initially, it's about choice of nourishment. If I have money, if I have affluence, I can eat what I want, that's how it starts. Then it's a choice of lifestyle. So the most affluent society on the planet where there's an enormous choice of nourishment and an enormous choice of lifestyles, well, 70% they say are on prescription medication. Their healthcare bill is over $3 trillion. It's bigger than India's economy with 1.4 billion people what we have, all right? I'm saying if you had choice of nourishment and choice of lifestyle, you must be at the peak of your physical and mental health, isn't it? Both physical health and mental health is becoming a serious issue simply because you have not addressed the most fundamental aspects of being human. Because who you are is being created from within you. If you don't take charge of that, if you don't access that, it doesn't matter what you gather around you, everything will just mock at you. Your big buildings, your endless amount of bungalows and palaces will only mock at you. Your massive cars are mocking at you right now. Now you want to see how you want to do something different, but how difficult it is to do something different. I am not against any of the things that I am mentioning. It's up to you what you want to have. If only you understand it's only an accessory to life. Life is throbbing within you. Rest are accessories. How many accessories do you need? Well, it's individual choice. I don't want this to be my decision. You may need, let's say, 10 accessories, I may need 2, this is our choice, it's perfectly fine. As long as both of us are conscious, what we have gathered is only accessories, this is not life. Life is something that happens within us, but that's not even come into people's experience. Right now, the physiological compulsions and psychological demands are being understood as life. What you think and feel is not your life, it's just your psychological drama. You can think whatever you want, yes? But unfortunately, most people can't think whatever they want. They are structured as to how to think. And all the human suffering is coming from this. See, there are only 2 kinds of sufferings: physical suffering, mental suffering. Is there any other suffering in a human life? Only these 2. So the simplest thing, because you talked about peeling, the entire system of yoga, the entire spiritual process, if it is scientifically handled, is just this. Right now, we have what is called as inner engineering. The basic practice is this. If you sit here, Your body is here, your mind is out there, what is you is little away from you. These two things. Once there is a space between you and your body, once there is a space between you and your mind, this is the end of suffering.